There are few things more exciting than being on an actual baseball field. Today on The Smart Show, we're in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the Braves. We're here with Derek Schiller. He's the Executive Vice President in charge of sales and marketing. Derek, thanks for having us at the field. This is amazing.
Thank you for being here.
So how does negotiating enter into what you do?
Well, the most obvious form of negotiating in my job is probably dealing with our corporate sponsors, those companies that advertise with us. It's very much of a relationship-built business. Fostering that relationship is paramount to whatever we develop. But I would also say that when it gets down to the table and you're negotiating directly with somebody and they want X and you want Y, it has to be a little bit of how can I make them happy? That's the tip that I would probably most give somebody is don't enter a negotiation saying what can I get out of it, but enter it into what can they get out of it, but then also makes us happy. And ultimately, hopefully closing a deal if that's what you're trying to do.
Well, I'm glad we closed this deal.
Thank you.
Negotiating is a complicated skill, but it's a skill that you can learn. And to prove it, we're here to talk to Professor Paul Zwier of the Emory School of Law. And hopefully, we can negotiate some free tips. Let's go. So here we are with Professor Zwier. Professor Zwier, thank you so much for having us. We want to talk about negotiating today. Now, here's my idea of negotiating. May I have a raise? And you would say,
no.
And then I would say, pretty please, may I have a raise? So that is basically what I'm working with as a negotiator. What are some tips or tactics or what have you for negotiating?
My most important tip for you by far is that you ask a series of questions. Questions which are a little bit outside the social norm that could provide you with useful information that would allow you to be able to take control and make good judgments about it. Questions that feel really rude. Questions where you say to somebody, how much do you make? How much would you profit? That could give me a feeling for the underlying costs that he has in that particular product as a way of providing leverage.
Are there any things verbally or physically to shoot for or to avoid in negotiating?
I think you want to look somebody in the eye. I also think it's important for you to set a pace of speech so that you can pick your words with care. And it helps you then pick and make sure that you're not slipping with information that is not something that you intend to do. The main thing to take away from all this negotiation stuff is to understand first before you take a position. Are you really ready at this point to give that, or do you need more information, more understanding of what the person's situation is? It'll help you control your anger. Very often one of the things we do is we ascribe poor motives. We think a person is lying to us, and it may be that we've misheard them, or it may be that in fact they've misspoken, and so a chance to feed it back to them. Are you really saying this? Tell me more about that. Let me understand that some more. If you can discipline yourself to get that more information, you can then take your next position in the light of a fuller, richer understanding, and you can craft it in a way that's going to be more particularized as a problem-solving matter than you would if you reacted too quickly.
Smart tip! Few things are more exciting than getting a new car. And few things are more unpleasant than dealing with car salesmen. Now, it used to be that getting the best deal was an exercise in guesswork. But now, you can find out the best tips and get the best information on buying a new car with a few strokes of your laptop. Edmunds.com has every car available for sale with both its sticker and invoice price. You want to find out how much it costs the dealership? You can get that at Edmunds.com. Just type in the info and it'll list it for you. And when you're ready to head to the dealership, they've even got a negotiating tutorial available on the website. By the way, they bill themselves as where smart car buyers start. Need I say more? The art of the negotiation. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next time on The Smart Show.